How can you see the tide rise when you're 2 miles from the coast and stood in the middle of a capital city? Yes folks, we're back in Cardiff, capital city of Wales, and we're going to be sharing with you some of the beauty of this place. It is just everywhere. I'm stood in front of a building that is absolutely majestic, and it's not one on its own. All around this area there are buildings that are just breathtaking. But we're going back among the shops. We've already taken you before to the Victorian arcades. Well, today we're gonna finish that story. So come on and let's go to Queen Street. So here we are at Dominion's Arcade. It's got a rear entrance which we're close to now because the other side is on Queen Street, and this is busy. The entrance to an hotel is contained within the arcade, so you can imagine this now as a thoroughfare, a hotel entrance, as well as the shops and the cash points and everything else that it houses. But this place has been here, although it's the newest of the historical arcades, for over 100 years. Yep, as you can see clearly displayed with great pride over the entrance. 1921. Yes, 1921. The roaring 20s, and you can see it in the design of this place, in the deco. It still holds that time and place. So different to the Victorian, so different to today, but still in vogue with so many people. So because of the noise, we're going to take you on a musical tour through now and show you some of the artwork, which includes murals of great Welsh author Roald Dahl, great Welsh singers Tom Jones, Manky's friend, and of course Shirley Bassey, along with the deco, the light fittings and the rest. So come with us now as we make our way through. Dominion Arcade, 1921. But what we've got behind us, this all began 60 years later. Yep, 1981, the first shops at the St David Shopping Centre opened in Cardiff. Official opening was in March 1982, and there have been 2 new phases since, including in 2009, when the biggest John Lewis store in the UK outside of London was built here. And up behind me there, you see what they call the Sky Bridge, as you can cross from one phase to the other. And we are going to show you the internals of this place, but the reason I'm speaking out here is because it is busy. I mean busy. We're talking nearly 40 million people on average a year footfall through this place. So to speak in there, you wouldn't hear a word. But we will give you music, we will give you coverage, and I'm sure Caroline will show you the favourite shops that she loves in this place. But just before we go inside, I thought I'd mention something that we've noticed. As in any city, it's not just beautiful buildings. Cardiff has a lot of statues. In fact, at the entrance to Queen Street, we have a legend in Wales and throughout the world, an Iron Bevan. politician and founder of the National Health Service. Then inside the centre here, you'll see a statue to another folk hero, because in Wales we love our politicians, some of them anyway, and we love our rugby players. And Gareth Edwards is on display in there. And of course, there are other statues, some of the great and the good, others for artistic purpose. But now, let's get inside and show you the beauty of the St David's Centre. Here we are inside, found a relatively quiet corner, just to mention something they took to heart when they developed this massive place. That is, they celebrated the city's pride in being known as the City of Arcades, because as well as all the big superstores that have come into Cardiff, they developed this with smaller shops and no less than 2 new arcades for the City of Arcades. Well, wasn't that amazing? I thought those bees, that display was fantastic, raising awareness, of course, of our very fragile ecoculture. So it's not just a shopping mall, but also a place where we can educate people, and in a very fun way, with 300 bees and thousands of flowers. I thought it looked amazing. But we've come out through another exit now, and that brings us onto a different street, and we're right opposite the Royal Arcade, which of course is a Victorian arcade that we filmed on a previous show. But now I'm going to take you for a stroll, and as we stroll along, we're going to take you not to a statue, as we've seen already, but to a work of art. And this work of art is going to answer the question, how do you measure the tide rising and falling when you're in the middle of a city 2 miles from the coast? And here we are at this amazing structure, a piece of sculpture that was placed here 2009, around the time that John Lewis opened in the new phase of the St David's Centre. And it was funded by £1.5 million donation to bring art into the city centre. And that donation was made by the St David's Shopping Centre Company. And it stands between the shopping centre and the library. New library, that got built around the same time because the old one had to move to make way for this amazing development. It is quite outstanding to see how Cardiff has developed and changed over the years. But this piece of sculpture does answer the question with regards to the rising tide. Because something a lot of people don't realise is that not only is it a piece of art, but built into it is a special mechanism which allows the rise and fall in the tubes around the circle, which mirrors the rise and fall of the tide in the Bristol Channel, because Cardiff owes so much of its history and its wealth to the port. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our little trip around in Cardiff. If you have, please give us a thumbs up.
Doing, doing, doing.
It's been a bit different, but I hope you've enjoyed Caroline's choice of music and loved seeing the shops. Well, until the next time we're all together, you know what to do. Have fun. Bye.
Bye.